Welcome. So what is the purpose of these videos? The purpose is to prove that one good trading strategy will appear over and over again in the markets. But to have three that appear over and over again, that's more than anyone can ask for. It's more trading opportunities than you can imagine. Let me continue to prove this to you. Then you can continue to prove it to yourself. And then you will be amazingly successful. Now let's go into the lesson. Let's begin our discussion today again with Apple, because Apple has been in a pretty strong uptrend. But as we noted in our previous sessions, the trend has changed. And so now we're looking for downward moves for trading strategy number 2. As you can see on the 2-hour chart, we have a beautiful setup down here for trading strategy number 2. And also on the 8-hour. So we have all 3 time frames confirming that the trend is down, and we have trend continuation set up on the 2-hour and the 8-hour. That's awesome. Now you just have to use your trading tools for trade entry that we trained you to watch for an entry into this position. Now here again is the caveat. Do you remember when we talked about these two back here instances of trading strategy number 2 being set up? And here there was a very small move for trend continuation, very small move. And then you can see down here that we had it set up again and then it issued a big move. Just because we have all this power to the upside here, we should not start to think that this is going to be a huge move to the downside. What we should watch and keep our eye on is if we get a trigger into this trade, watch price, and what happens is it comes down to these lows. We need it to break through and crush through them in order for that to be a solid trend continuation of what we see right now across all 3 time frames. Now let's take a look at gold. Now if you take a look at gold, it's in an interesting situation. We have an uptrend on the daily, downtrend on the 8-hour, downtrend on the 2-hour. And this is a situation where a lot of people go, I don't know what to do. It's all confusing. What you're going to do is, if you get a valid trade set up for number 2, down here on the 2 and the 8-hour, you take it. But likewise, you're also planning, because here on the daily, we have a bullish, as you can see here, a bullish trading strategy number 2. So we have bearish on 2 time frames, bullish on 1, and that's where the confusion comes in. You use the tools for entry that we train you on both bearish and bullish possible moves. So that's what preparing both sides of the trade is. You're preparing for the market to choose which way it wants to go. If your trading strategy is saying in one area it's bearish, in one area it's bullish, again, you're going to let price make the choice. Set up your tools for entry as we've trained you, and then let the market take you in the direction it wants to go. Don't try and make the decision yourself. Every time I try to interpret what the market's doing, it's like I'm deaf, hard of hearing, right? It just doesn't get into my head. They think that there's communication issues between men and women, just men in the market, women in the market. It's just night and day, right? It's totally confusing. And that's what we should be in tune for, is listening to the market. And we do that by preparing to follow it in the direction it wants to move. So this is a good lesson for today. Keep it in mind. Review them from time to time. That's why we keep these things online. Thanks for being with me in this session today, and I'll see you in tomorrow's lesson. So do we have to trade everything, for example, like we looked at today? No, just follow a few things. Following just a few markets using 3 different strategies will keep you focused and free. You will never lack for opportunities in the market knowing all 3 strategies. When we do find a trade opportunity, what do? We prepare for it. How do we prepare for it? How are we going to enter? How are we going to exit? Have we prepared for both sides of the trade? We will never have to do more that answer the questions for those things the rest of our lives. How cool is that? Well, that's going to bring this session to a wrap. But do me a favor and do a lot of other people a favor. Help us change the way the world learns to trade and understand the financial markets. Let's simplify it down to just a few things we need to know to follow to be able to make money and protect our capital. If you haven't already, please visit our Facebook page and give us a like there. Search for our channel on YouTube, Train Your Brain Trading, and watch for the continuous content we continue to put there. Thanks for spending some time in this session with me today. And if you can, promote these materials so that together we can change the way the world trades.